Hey, welcome back, coaches, athletes, sports fans. Still talking football, still talking everyday drills. We're in episode 4. We're going to cover what I'm going to call defensive backs. So that's our traditional DBs, our corners and safeties. I'm throwing linebackers in as well because they're, defensive back. We did offensive skills guys together, so we're going to do our defensive backfield, including the linebackers, in one episode here today. So the theme, is just everyday drills. These are our EDDs. These are, individual position group practices. We should be doing some of these, all of these, and even more of these maybe every day in a defensive practice, or if we're splitting practice, at least 5 minutes working on this. This is fundamental stuff here, right? So our defensive backs, our linebackers here, we're going to start with, traditional bag drills. That's when we're just putting out, 6, 8 bags, whatever we use, and we're high kneeing across. We're going to shuffle across. We're going to side shuffle, what I call the slalom through them, right? We're just going to, side shuffle and move forward. It's a linebacker move. Then we're also going to go front to back, right? Our back pedal drill. We're going to sprint through, back pedal, sprint, back pedal. We always combine the 4. So after we've gone through, the high knee shuffle, side shuffle, and back pedal drill, we go all 4. So they high knee down, shuffle back, side shuffle through, and then back pedal through. Some coaches have gone away from doing these once the season starts, and I'm comfortable with that because they focus more on some of this stuff. A lot of pad and sled work. That would be next step. There is hand fight, defeat the block. Linebackers have to be physical. You get pulling guards, you get linemen coming at you, you get lead blockers, you get a crack on it from a receiver. You get a fullback if you're facing a running team. So as a linebacker, you have to defeat the block, and by that, from a linebacker position, we're in space, right? We're probably 5'3" at least to 5-6 yards off the ball. So that guy's coming at you fast and heavy, right? So teaching them to attack half a man. We're a little different than D-line. We're not necessarily ripping and chopping and swimming. We're going to punch, right? And we're going to attack that half a man. We're going to attack from one number over to the shoulder and really just defeat that, try and, avoid them, but we can't get out of our gap, right? I was running these recently, and we had guys just kind of running around them. No, we can't run around because then we're not sticking in our gap, right? Our responsibility. So teaching to hand fight, defeat the block, attack half the man. If we can smack his hands out of the way before he gets to us and slide by him, great. If not, attacking that shoulder and shed. A lot of punch and shed is what we call it there. We're going to punch and get rid of him, shed him off. Linebackers have to cover pass, right? So if we're middle linebackers, we're a lot of hook to curl. If we're outside linebackers in like a 4-3, we're going to have hook to curl. We're also going to have flats, so we have to work those different angles, those 45 drops, the straight back, and then also kind of the lateral get to the flats. I like to add in when we're doing pass drop is read and drop, a little different than the read and react, but similar. Show play action, they're at run, show pass, they go, or show pass to draw is more of that read and react. So we want to get some pass drop work in. A lot of scrape and fill type of work, right? Scrape and fill, where we're just kind of shuffling across and we're boom, shooting up and filling that gap. A lot of backside backer work or run away. That's what we're doing, right? As it's a run going this way, I'm going to scrape in case he's cutting up. And then once I see, runner comes towards me or gets louder, I got to fill that gap. So scrape and fill drills. We can do them with bags or just kind of mirror drills, however we want to do that. Read and react, like I mentioned, is the kind of pass to run look or run, play action to pass look. Then also that's the opposite of what we talked about in a previous episode with our running backs is reading where they're going. So setting up 4 or 5 bags. You can even mimic a guard. If you're a defense that reads guards to running backs, different keys from different systems. We like to watch guards with our linebackers sometimes. As he got a soft hand, if he pulls. So you can use a guard and or just a lead blocker or just one-on-one with the back to where that back's kind of running. You got hole 1, 2, 3, or representing the A gap, B gap, C gap, D gap, whatever, and or cones, whatever works for you. And he's just kind of scraping, reading, and then boom, filling in that hole. Similar to scrape and fill, but now we're going to add in, he's got to pick a direction to read and react to. Okay, so that's some of the basic linebacker stuff we got to do. Our defensive backs, this is our corners and safeties. You know, pass drop, number one, pass drop, right? The back pedal, then read and turn turn the hip. We're not turning 45s now, we're turning beyond that to turn and run. And so working with our head facing the quarterback, eyes on the quarterback. We also got to have eyes on the receiver, so we got to kind of swivel that, right? So we got to work, the back pedal to a certain point. Maybe it's, and you teach guys different things. Sometimes, hey, if he's within 3 yards, I want to get my hips turned so I can run with him. Other guys will let them get to a yard or even before we turn our hips and run. It's just whatever your defense, dictates from the system you run. Are we in zone? Are we in man? That also will determine that as well. Basic pass defend. So this is the same idea, but now we're going to get a ball and we're going to go up, knock it down, go up, pick it off. You can do it with or without a receiver. Typically early in the year you want to do it without a receiver, so they're just kind of working on the technique. Then you start to add a receiver, and it's just a short drill. We're not necessarily running a route. It's just more back pedal, then I got to accelerate up, defend the pass type of work. The hip flip, this is just everyday drill to get hip flexibility and again get used to that turn. And we do these with linebackers too. That's just the guys backpedaling, and then you're going to give them a direction, and then they flip their hips that way, and they keep going back until you flip it the other way, and you just hip flip, boom, boom, boom. We'll do it sometimes where they'll actually turn at the 45 and run that way, and then you give them another direction, they turn, you give them straight back, they go back to back pedal. We're just working on hip flip, hip flexibility, running backwards with our head focused on the quarterback, looking for the ball. And then another version, the read and react, DBs, corner safeties, typically play pass first, run second. But we still need them, right? A lot of times if somebody beats us to the edge, that corner's got to make that open field tackle. He's got to be the one saving the touchdown. The safety, pursuit, So kind of a little bit of read and react similar to the linebackers in that we're going to show pass, then we see run, we got to get up on it. Or we see run, Now a defensive back, a corner and a safety, if they see play action, a play action drill with a linebacker is a little different, right? We're going to play run first. The DB might see run, sit, then react to pass, right? Because he's got to read his receiver as well as the quarterback. So we're probably not going to jump the run as quick at DB, so kind of working on that. Hey, we see run, but he's in a pattern, right? My receiver's in a pattern. He's in a route, I got to stay with him. So, now I see true run. Now I can break off the receiver. He was just running me off. Now I can break off and go. So those are things that, some of the things we should work on. Just flat speed works with these guys, almost conditioning, right? Because they got to be able to sprint, cover, sideline to sideline, and, guys running 15, 20-yard post routes on them every play. So a little bit of that doesn't hurt as well. Just kind of mirror drill on routes works as well. So again, Coach Michael Fields, you can find me on Instagram. Coach Michael Fields is the tag on Instagram. At Michael K. Fields is Twitter, and you can email me. It's a Gmail account, coachmichaelfields@gmail.com. And I'd love to talk football. Shoot me some ideas via email. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Like, subscribe, and share. Comment if you got something you want to see. Love talking ball. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Thank you.